Every so often, a game shows up that feels ripped straight out of a Saturday morning cartoon fever dream. Rara Boom is exactly that. The premise alone sells it. Ninja space cheerleaders teaming up to save Earth from an evil AI. It sounds like a forgotten 90s comic run, but the fact it's real and playable is part of the charm. On the surface, this is another revival of the arcade beat 'em up, riding the same wave that gave us Shredder's Revenge and the Scott Pilgrim re-release. But Jiley Games didn't just want to copy nostalgia. They mashed up old-school side-scrolling brawling with shmup-style ranged combat, upgrade systems, and a lane-based twist. At its best, it's colorful chaos with friends, complete with stylish combos, screen-filling specials, and that one more stage pull. DualShock's Jake Valentine called it one of the most fun co-op experiences he's had in years. He loved the flashy presentation, the way every splash panel cutscene felt like a living comic book, and the accessibility of the combat. Sure, the characters technically play similarly, but they've got enough flavor, missile-launching cyborgs, shield-bashing snipers, speedy ninjas, that everyone finds a favorite. For him, this was pure arcade joy. But then the cracks show. The sixth axis was less forgiving, pointing out how much of the game feels unfinished. That early tutorial promise of branching paths never happens again. Whole sections are just walking left with nothing going on, and the final boss a pushover. When your grand finale lands with a whimper, that's a problem. They still praised the punchy art and combat feedback, but couldn't ignore how slight the package felt. Shaq News Lucas White hit the mechanics harder. He was excited about the ambitious systems, lanes for positioning, light-heavy attack splits, dodges, aerial combos, but found they didn't mesh. The fighting game tools never linked properly, leaving aerials and heavies clunky and unsatisfying. Dodging had weird buffering rules, making combat feel stiff instead of fluid. His verdict: fun vibes, great art, but the brawler basics carried the experience while the experimental stuff collapsed under its own ambition. That's the split in the reviews, style versus substance. Some see a breezy 2-hour co-op romp that nails the cartoon aesthetic and doesn't overstay its welcome. Others see missed potential, a game bursting with ideas but too shallow to too easy, and sometimes just unfinished. Here's the thing, the short runtime and lighter difficulty don't automatically kill it. In fact, for a couch co-op game, that can be a strength. Not every beat-em-up needs Ninja Gaiden levels of punishment. Sometimes you just want to grab a controller, spam combos, and laugh with friends when your cyborg cheerleader cartwheels into a robot boss. Add in the Charlie XCX style theme song and slick splash panels, and Rara Boom knows how to make an impression. But the other camp isn't wrong either. With more fleshed out mechanics, more levels, and a finale that actually challenged players, Rara Boom could have been a genre standout instead of a stylish weekend distraction. The fact that multiple reviewers said this feels like it needs a sequel to realize its full potential says it all. So where does veteran game land? Rara Boom is flashy fun and perfect for a Friday night with friends, but it's also lightweight and uneven. It's a love letter to arcade brawlers that doesn't quite write enough verses of its own. If you're into old school co-op and can forgive the short length, you'll have a blast. If you're looking for depth, challenge, or long-term replay value, this is more warm-up act than headliner. If this kind of sharp, no BS breakdown is your thing, roll with veteran game and hit that subscribe. We keep the punches coming. The real question: do you think Rara Boom earns a spot next to Shredder's Revenge and Streets of Rage 4? Or is it destined to be forgotten until a sequel actually sticks the landing?